A bunch of workshopaholics. You know, the other day I was struggling with one of these plastic pin things. I didn't really understand them. Anyway, there was two that I needed, so I went and bought 925 pieces. 30. It was only 14 quid. So I've got 820 retaining clips, 105 pieces, 26 sizes. So what do you get? This is what you get in the pack. Yeah. So I don't think I'm ever going to need another pin. They're not the Goldwing pins. The Goldwing pins are very similar to this. You push them in and you pull them out. But these you push them in and lose them. Yeah. I think that's what we ended up using in the end. A pair of those. Yeah. And apparently you could have screwed these out. I didn't know what to do. Apparently these will screw out. We'll have a look at that. These are throttle linkage connecting ones, aren't they? Most of these are body panel ones. All these push pin things. But anyway, I do believe I've now got more or less a lifetime supply. So let's sort of examine them. These, I'm aware, these are door retaining pins. You know, you put your cardboard liner door and then you push these up against it, because you generally break them trying to get them off. And then these other push pins, you push them in and then you push the corresponding expanding pin. I should have got a bit of clips to do this, shouldn't I? But them, you expand them, you get them, and then you get a head look. And then what you do is you put that in the hole. It lines up the two pieces you want to put together. Then you push this in and you line this up and then you push that in. And you pull them apart that way. Generally, that's what these are. Obviously of different colours and different sizes. But they're all generally, you just push these in. This is a one hole push thing. And these are like a locking ones. Or what would you call them? Interlocking ones. So we've got some of those. So that's for pushing this in a hole which is connected to the back of something. Yeah, like a pegboard or anything like that. Where these are just, you push this through two holes, almost like a rivet. They're almost like a plastic rivet, aren't they? You push this through two holes, put the two together and pull this out at the end, much like a rivet. Yeah. I'm not sure about these tops here. I'm sort of guessing these, you twist them on. So you might, these you might push them in a hole, get the thing, put them in this way and twist them on. I reckon that sort of thing. You put them that way to clip onto, but you turn the item in within that space you've got there and clip them in that way. The only thing I can think these are throttle, 90-degree piece of wire to make a end of a throttle grip. You've seen them, or a linkage for a choke or a heater control or something like that, maybe. And obviously there's some of them are quite big. Yeah. So anyway, I thought for not a lot of money, and I'm never going to run out of these again, aren't they? And there's a good old size, you know, they go right the way down to these little ones, all the way down to the little ones, right the way up to the big ones. So they go from 5mm hole all the way up to a, looks like 27mm, 7 millimeter, 9 millimeter. Yeah, so it looks like 8, 10 mil, 9 mil, 9 mil. Yeah, they're all 7 mil, 7.8. Look, they're all good, varied sizes. But anyway, and as always, oh, I'll tell you what we had with it, because what came with it was these things, cable ties, but again, cable tie, and then you clip something to them, push a hole onto them. Okay, I'd say cable tie this, holding a panel or something. So we got a handful of those. We got the tool that took it off, which I didn't have. Yeah, so now we can break them off, because I was a bit unsure. I didn't know whether I was going to break, and your standard sort of trim removing tool, you see them everywhere, don't you, these trim removing things. And we got these now, look, as well. So you can pop these out, so you can put like a little washer behind them if you want to, of various sizes, or maybe the same size, but they look like they're some sort of fabric washer that you can just pop out. Yeah, and then you've got yourself a fabric washer of some sort, haven't you? Foam washer you can put behind. So, for not a lot of money, relatively speaking, I've got a lifetime's supply. Yeah. That's the way, that's the thinking of it anyway. That's the thinking of it. 108, 120 retainer clips, 105 pieces, 26 sizes. See the thickness varies on the top. You just have to use whatever you, whatever does the trick for you. Yeah. Oh, that white one's look quite Is that the pin in there? I think the pin comes out of there. Or does it? But anyway, yeah. I thought I'd just show you. In this nice organised sort of plastic box. So, you know, they won't spill. And they're not all over the place. And you can take your clips with you wherever you go, or throw them in the back of your van or something. You've always got them then, haven't you? So yeah. So hopefully if we come across these plastic pins again, we know what they are, we'll recognise them, and we won't get caught out by them again.